Hey traders, Raghee here. In this recap video, we're going to cover some of the setups that we talked about in the chat room that we sent out via alert. So we're going to just do a quick recap of those. So throughout the day, by the way, there's 3 moderators in the chat room, David Starr, Neil Yeager, and myself. And David is really great at live blogging the day, different levels that are in play. I'll send out alerts to different fundamental events that I see, as well as my trades. And Neil handles a lot of the intraday on the open. So just to give you an idea of where we're coming from in terms of the content in the chat. So 1, 2, 3 setups today. Let's start from the top. Copper. Now we've been looking for a copper trade. I had a Freeport McMoran that's working really sympathetically well with copper. We love looking at those commodity sensitive stock names as well. It's a great 1-2 punch for a lot of you that trade more than one market. So copper has been a market we've been wanting to get long in for a while. The uptrend before this huge candle, it's like a missile taking off, was a fairly fresh uptrend, still looking for traction. I'd say it got it. So what happens is once a market makes, brand new highs like this, we're not going to chase. What we're going to do is say, okay, thank you very much, daily time frame, for that psychological directional bias. Now that we've got clarity on the larger trend, I'm happy. And what I'm going to do is retreat to the shorter term time frames. And that means in this case, we sent out an alert for 2 levels, an aggressive level and a conservative level. I will put multiple levels out there so traders can decide which risk reward, which RR works for them, and then they can determine how they want to position themselves in a market. A lot of times I'll do what I call a split, which is to say I could put, say, 1/3 of my position at the aggro level and the other 2/3 at the conservative level, so I can put in the full position, but split that across 2 levels that are valid entries. In this case, the order was a combination of the 8505 level, so 2.8505 and 2.8405. That was the conservative level. Now you'll notice, and these are all dated. So this was 8:45 a.m. And when you look at what we had going on 8:45 a.m., the low we made subsequently went ahead and tagged the level we were watching, and so we were able to get into that 2.8505, but we didn't get down to 2.8405. So the aggro level got filled. I got 1/3 of my position, followed up nicely to our profit target. And for a lot of traders, they're still going to hold that aggressive position long because it's still got a nice profit cushion. And this is where we start to utilize tools like the daily price movement range and such. But I'll get into that in another video. Let me talk about the next setup. We also were prepared for the FOMC. Now, Euro has been frustrating for a lot of traders who aren't long now. Now, longer term traders who have been following me on this Forex trade and relatedly the futures on the Euro FX, this has been a trade that we have been long from on the spot, the Forex, since 108.55 and 111.35. So, I've got positions that are darn near 1,000 pips into the trade. The most recent trade we took was end of June, middle June, 11.35. That one's coming up on, obviously, a solid 600 pips. So we've got a massive winner on our hands here, and we want another leg of the trade. Do I think this trend is done? No, I think we're going to end up flirting with the 125 handle. It's just going to need more clarity on the taper from the ECB, but it is going to happen. And I don't think the trend gets broken. I am so confident that the trend on the daily does not get broken that I'm actually willing to start thinking about trades off shorter term intraday time frames like the 480, where I'm going to start recommending to traders who are flat just every day to modify a buy limit based upon the 34 EMA on the high. Okay, just a good old-fashioned swing buy on the 480. Validity for that trade extends to just below the 34 EMA on the low. So that's really something else we're looking at. And then finally, A lot of folks are very interested in wheat. Does wheat start to follow where beans and so forth are at? We're sitting at the 200 period simple moving average on the daily. So rather than guess at this low around 472, 473 and expect the support to kick in, I will make this level prove that the support is there, prove that there's a bid, and use that bid as momentum. I'm going to leave some points on the table, but I forego that and get confirmation instead. And we're looking at a 60-minute wave reversal buy on a break of the 34 EMA on the high through 482 to 485. Okay, and ideally we use a CCI to confirm that. So quick recap of what went on in the chat room. I want to do more videos like this from time to time so you know what we're doing intraday. Of course, my longer term setups on both the futures and Forex are available in the members area, in the spreadsheet, so you know what my longer term trades are, like that Euro trade. Also, a nice winner that we had. Gosh, this one tested our patience, but great trade in copper. Sugar. Finally following through on sugar, and took a nice bit of profit there on that. Also on the spreadsheet in the members area. All right, gang, I'll see you in the next update.